Hi, I'm so excited to introduce our new conversation with beautiful Erika from EduCare Nannies. We talk all about the RIE approach, RIE. If you haven't heard about it, look it up. If you want to hear more about it, listen to this beautiful conversation with Erika. We dive deep into what RIE is and how she uses it in her practice and her work and what she does with children. So enjoy this conversation. I'd love to welcome beautiful Erica to A Heartful Future, the series that we have. Thank you so much for coming, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Nice to be
So
here.
it's so nice to be here. So, Erica, you have done a lot of things in your life, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to dive into them. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
But how I found you, how I stumbled across you is you've started a nanny agency in Sydney, Australia, and it's called Educaring Nannies, and that pricked my ears up because I've done a lot of study with RIE, the RIE approach. And they use that word educaring a lot. And I know that Magda Gerber, the woman, the fantastic woman that created RIE, she coined that term for educators and nannies and people that work with little children because we're not only caring for them, we're also educating them as well through our care. Is that right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Beautiful. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Like, what does that actually mean and how do you do that?
So yes, it's called EduCare Nannies because yes, we wanna uh match families with like-minded people, like families that appreciate a holistic development, that they understand how important is the first years in their children's life. Well, not only the first years, obviously, it's always very important, but like the first years are so important in their development. And
Mm,
yes, as you said, like I'm a early childhood teacher and I'm originally from Mexico, but I love traveling. So I've been teaching in London, New Zealand, and here in Australia for the last 13 years.
mhm,
And when I was teaching in London, I came across in I think it was 2008 with the RIE approach, and I really, really fell in love with the approach because it's so respectful and it was already in alignment with my own values. So
mm.
as you say
Beautiful.
before as well with you, I think it was similar experience, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was like, oh,
Because
I have to know more.
yes, exactly. Because I was already doing that, but I didn't know there was like approach about it. So I was like fell in love, and I ever since then I've been like learning more about it, and have the opportunity to do the foundations course, the right foundations course, and I would like to become a RIA associate in the future. I'm still in
Yeah.
the process, but yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Yes, it's just such a respectful approach that I really would like more children and families to benefit from it. So when I
Mm,
was teaching here in Sydney, many families will come to me and be like, "Oh, Erica, do you know someone that is like caring, loving, patient, that has a deep understanding of child development to look after their children, like nanny or and
yeah.
I will be connecting people that I knew in the industry that they were open to do apart from teaching some like nanny part-time. And I
Yes.
just started doing it because I really love connecting people. It's something that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
Uh,
beautiful. Yeah.
and then one day I was like, well, maybe I'll just do it as a business as well, right? Like because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think I have a good intuition of like to know like I'm a good candidate, that they are really genuine and passionate about working with children and they have
Yeah.
the aligned values.
Beautiful.
So yes, it's been going well
Yeah,
and
that's great. And can
yes,
you
I'm
tell
really
us
enjoying
what
it.
is the RIE approach? Can you Yeah, tell us
Yes,
what
of
it is because I
course.
feel like a lot of people in Australia they know about it, but not as much as America and Europe. It's still getting its
Yes.
legs here.
Yeah, it's still a bit like, I wouldn't say new, but yeah, it's a bit like not many people know about it, and the small
Yeah.
people like more interested in getting to know about the approach.
Yeah.
So the RIE approach is an approach that Magda Herber founded.
Mm-hmm.
She was a Hungarian early childhood specialist. She
Yes.
started She met Dr. Amy Pickler when she was, I think, I think like I read in one of her books, like the story that I think she took one of her eldest daughter to the
Mm.
doctor, and then was Dr. Amy Pickler
Ah,
that
yeah.
was uh, the doctor in that occasion, the pediatrician. And Magda Herbert fell in love with the approach. Like she was very respectful. She was trying
Mm.
to ask questions. And I think Dr. Amy Pickler interrupted Magda because she was trying to respond from her child. And
Ah,
she was like, oh,
okay.
just wait a second, let the child speak. And I think Magda Gerber got like really yeah, well, like fell in love with the approach as well because
Inspired. Yeah.
yeah, she saw that was like her daughter was responding like such a beautiful way and like her opinion mattered. And then she
Mm.
became friends with Dr. Amy Pickler and they started studying.
Mm.
Uh, while she support Magda, Amy Pickler in the Laxi Institute.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, from then they start, it's like a principle. It's all about like, it's a holistic approach that talks about how the infant or child, we all as a humans, we are whole since the moment that we are born.
Yeah.
We don't become, you don't become you when you start talking or walking. Yeah,
Mm.
you're just you since the day one, right? But
Yes.
sometimes, I think that misconception, like, oh, but like, why would I talk to a baby if it doesn't, they
They
cannot talk
don't talk
back?
back. Yeah.
Oh, like, I think that was in the past. I think like we are getting better as like
Yeah.
a
Society.
collective,
Yeah.
yeah, as a society to be respectful and talk to the baby. Like, it's all
Mm.
about like respecting the baby, trusting that they are capable of like initiating their own learning,
Mm-hmm.
and just being like very in tune. It's like kind of having an awareness of your
Yeah.
child. It's obviously, every child is like very holistic because obviously we are all different, we are all unique.
Yes.
So what works for, let's say, for your child, it might not work for my child, right? Because they're unique. But
Yes.
being like as mothers or nannies, caregivers, to be very in tune with the child, to
Yeah.
really observe and get to know them and
Yeah.
see, because we
Beautiful.
all have different interests, and like just respect them.
It's so
Yeah, I
powerful.
think it's a
And is
beautiful
it
approach.
sorry, is it mainly for ages 0 to 3, or does it kind of go out up to 5 and 6 or?
Well, I think like I think it could just go through all your life because those are like fundamentals that it will create a very respectful and close relationship with your
Mm.
child.
Yeah.
So that will obviously you in the future you want like continue with that connectedness and have that
Yeah.
relationship, that bond, positive bond. So I think it's like a great foundation for the future. It's
Yeah.
as well like very in tune with the attachment theory, so that to
Mm-hmm.
be emotionally present and physically present for them to
Mm-hmm.
attend their needs. Obviously, we are like we, as she said, Magda Gerber say, like it's better to be present. That we are not perfect. It's like better
Yeah.
to choose presence over perfection. Like we are all human, we are all gonna make mistakes, but
Yes.
like to recognize when we make a mistake and be able to repair if we did
Yeah.
something that wasn't okay or didn't feel right. But
Mm.
just having like very looking from that relationship from the very beginning, it will
Mm.
like really
It will
create
reflect
the
their whole
future.
life. Yeah.
Yes, of course. I recently attended a webinar about that, like how it was one of the RIE associates that she was telling about how the approach she started with their children when they were little. Now they are teenagers, and how they approach is like still uh,
Mm,
helping. Is still like the way that they interact, the way that they communicate with her
mm,
children, with each other, is like very respectful. They feel free to communicate their feelings, to say
mm.
that they're safe to be just their authentic self.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yes.
love the fact that RIE is about really having full trust in the child, even when they're a little baby. It's like, I think they say in RIE that every child is born with their own abilities and capabilities. And we kind of forget that because we feel like we're bigger than them and know more, which is true. We are bigger than them. We have more life experience, but we can sometimes use that as a power kind of struggle with little ones that we know better. But if we fall into the thinking that, oh, they are capable, you know, and trust,
Yeah.
and then they can kind of move into that space and go, oh, they think, mum thinks I'm capable, or my teacher thinks I'm capable. That means I can do it.
Yeah,
Um,
of course, because that really builds their positive self-image and
yeah.
autoesteem as well. Because
Yes.
I feel like sometimes I have noticed in my experience as a nanny, as a teacher, that some parents get worried, like, oh, but my, like comparing their children, or children
Mm,
comparing their children with other children or other babies, like, oh, but she's already crawling and mine is not, and this is like, like, and
yeah.
we are like,
Caring. Yeah.
yeah, comparing each other, and that's obviously they don't do it with. I strongly believe that everyone is doing their best they can
Yes.
with the self-awareness that they have and the information and the so obviously they're not doing it to harm their children or anything, but sometimes could be like instead of helping, it could be like disrupting their learning because it's like
Mm,
as Magda Herbert said, it's not better to do it like quicker than so it's
yeah.
just they're
Yeah.
gonna do it at their
Just let
own time
them.
when they're ready.
Yeah.
And just to trust that, like that they will learn how to walk, how to crawl, how to when they are just ready if you give them the freedom and
Yeah. And
the
trust.
space to do it. Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's so lovely. I love the RIE approach. I love everything that you're doing and what you're about. And so tell me, you've kind of moved into, yes, owning a business and helping connect families with nannies. But also you were saying that you have also been working because you're an interior designer as well, is
Oh
that right?
yes, yes.
Yeah. So
I
you've
did
also
that part.
you want to combine the two. So tell me how you're combining them.
So I have always have a passion for interior design.
Mm,
Um, Around 2019, I did a diploma in interior design. And for a moment, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I've been like working with children for so long that maybe I'm gonna go into interior design.
yeah.
And then I really thought about it and kind of said with the feeling like, oh, do I really want to start working with children? And I'm like, no, actually, no, that's my passion. My heart desires to make a positive difference in children's lives. So I was
Mm,
like, no, I have to find a way that I can connect both because
mm,
I love interior design, but I don't see myself without spending time with children or working with children. So
mm,
I
mm,
combine that. So I'm combining my two passions and I create a Yes Space.
hmm.
It's a safe space. It's like a term coined by Janet Lansbury,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
like just to have a safe place for the infant. Could be designed since they are born, like having a space that is enclosed, that
Mhm.
have is simple, is cognitively
Yeah, cognitively.
cognitively challenging,
Yeah, that's a hard word to say.
physically safe, and emotionally nurturing.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And just to so that the baby is able to explore
Yeah.
like freely without having to be like, no, don't do this, don't climb there. Oh, that's
Mm.
dangerous. Like, because obviously if you are interrupting their play, well, by saying like, no, don't do that.
I don't, yeah.
It's no uninterrupted play. It's one of the principles of the RIE approach as well, to
Yes.
have self-directed uninterrupted play.
Mm.
So having a space where the child can just be free and explore
Mm.
is very important, and it's also good for the parents, because I think many parents think that we have to entertain the baby or entertain the child, and they feel that they have to be there all the time. Obviously, you're not gonna leave them unattended for a long time, and you're not. This space is gonna be in a space in your home that
Mm.
is close by, that you can listen to and you can see them. Like you
Yeah.
can be there, and I recommend like just be there, and like sometimes little by little you can maybe like if you have to go to the toilet, let's say, or you need to do something, you don't
Mm.
have to take it out with you, because you know that it's in an enclosed
That's
place
safe.
that is safe.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
continue doing that from the beginning, they are just happy, because I think we all enjoy having a me time.
Yes.
uh,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just good for the parents as well to know that they don't have to be all day there trying to
Yeah.
entertain. Yeah.
Great. So
Just
you go into family homes and you create spaces for families. Is that right?
yes. So
Yes.
we do it. Well, in Sydney, yes, I go to their places and I see a space that is like
Like,
yeah, that would be okay for the to create a just space that is close by the like place that they are most of
yeah.
the time. And I do it as well, the service online. I do like a Zoom call, they show me the
Yeah.
space,
Yeah.
and then we talk about like the current interests of the children, like if
Yeah.
what stage are they in the gross motor development. And from then I create the yes space. I send them a visual.
Yeah.
We do like a presentation in Zoom. I do like a visual presentation,
Yeah.
and then I put the links of the toys or play objects. Well,
Hey.
we don't call it toy, we call it like play objects, because it could be like very simple
Okay.
objects that they can
Yeah.
use as toys. And yeah, give them all the links, and then yeah, and then just go through it as well. Like
Yeah, that's so beautiful because I feel like there are a lot of people out there, including myself, even, educators working in spaces with young children. It's like, I feel like we kind of go with what, like with toys in particular, we just go with what is given, a lot of the time. And sometimes we'll go, we're going to go out and buy these things. But a lot of the time they're toys from last year or the year before that, and they kind of don't get recycled that much, or they do get recycled, but they don't get changed over.
oh, but that's okay, because sometimes like we try not to change it that often either, but like just having like an open-ended toys so
Yeah.
that they can use their creativity and using infinite ways,
Mm,
instead of having like a battery operated toy that would
that
be
makes
just like, I don't
noise.
know, something a button, and then they sing a song. So the baby or the child is not active. So the toy is the one that is active, and the child becomes passive. So we don't really
Yeah.
want that. We want like open-ended toys, simple toys that you can find even at home, like a stainless steel bowl, or like
Mm,
wooden, small wooden spoons, or
yeah.
anything that you can find like at home that is obviously safe for them, that is
Yeah.
not too heavy, but it has a different material.
Beautiful.
And that you will be surprised like how they use it when they were little, the same material, and how they use it when they are older, as a toddlers or even
Mm,
older. They just use it in a different way. But it's still the same toy, but they give it
but they keep it and
back
they
in
keep
another
using.
way.
Yeah, yeah, that's so
Yeah.
nice. That's so beautiful. Oh, that's so lovely. I feel like that's a real high need for a lot of families. What your offering is and coming into the home and going, these are the things that I think will work best here. Um,
Yes.
and for, for the approach that that you follow as well. I think that's great. I think it's wonderful. And so tell me, what is kind of the best? I know that RIE have a few principles that you go by. And so I know there's like seven, I think, or something. So what is what's the one that you really like? Can you kind of just pick one and explain it a little bit for us?
Um, oh,
Seven.
there's some like I don't know if I could just pick one, but like well, obviously the environment is very important for me. Like having an environment, as I said before, that is cognitively challenged, emotionally nurturing, and physically safe.
Yes.
So having a just space where they can like explore. Obviously, the connection, like talking to be respectful and talking to the baby and saying like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up when they're changing a nappy or like meal times, to really involve them in the caregiving moments, to
Yes.
make them participants instead of just like passive of what is happening, like because they're no objects, obviously they're human beings that are there cooperating as well. And you'll be surprised like how they little by little they start cooperating, like, oh, can you lift your legs when I'm changing your nappy? And they do it like
Yes.
um, they're very clever. Even when they're not talking, they can talk with their eyes, with expressions. When you tell them, like, okay, we like this or that,
Mm.
they just let you know. So if you really are in tune and follow their communication,
Mm.
I think that's very important. And interrupt and play as well, so that they're free to discover and
Mm.
to learn their
Oh,
own.
yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
I love that idea of uninterrupted play. And it's something that really caught my eye when I was studying RIE. And I was like, it's just such, with these little minds, even though they're not talking, they're actually creating, how to get from A to B in their minds, and they're building the
Yes.
neural pathways. And a lot of the time, us adults will go, oh, the baby wants to get there. Okay, we'll just pick it up and put it there. But it's like, okay, well, why don't we just let go, observe, and witness them trying to do it, and then if they can't, then we can help. I
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it's like um we try to solve if we try to solve the problems for them, like we
Yes.
are taking away that learning experience for them, and they will feel like so proud of themselves when they do something for them, like instead of because
Exactly.
it's, oh, I wanted to do that, but she just gave it to me. Like for
Did it.
example, the right approach, we don't give a toy to the baby, we don't put a toy in their hand. We just put like play objects around, and he will choose
Which
here like which one is attractive or interesting for her.
I love that. Yeah.
Yes, it's like
Yeah. And it's also giving them agency, right? It's giving them
yeah,
agency on, what they want to do, what they want to choose, what they want to do in life in that moment. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because if we set the foundation since they are babies, that they are have the agency to choose what they want to do, how they want to play, how they want to play with certain play object. Um, that will give them a foundation for later on in life.
Mm.
Really get to know themselves.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you get to a point and you don't really know yourself, because it's like maybe in the past you didn't, all the choices were made for you, or like
Mm.
you did that because everyone in the family
Did that.
studied that, or
Yeah.
like you moved to a certain place because everyone was going there, instead of being
Yeah.
like what I want, like authentically. So I
Yes.
think it's about just learning. The goal is to have an authentic child that is able to really get to know themselves and do decisions from there.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as you said, it reflects in your adult life as well when you start to
Yes.
become,
Yeah,
yeah,
we want leaders, no followers, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
when that they have that leadership for their own lives to take decisions and make
Mm,
decisions.
so beautiful. Wow, beautiful. Thank you, Erica. when I do these podcasts, I always try to bring a bit of the heart in because it's called A Heartful Future, and I'm obsessed with the heart. So we always ask our visitors, our guests, what does it mean to follow your heart? And so could you, yeah, let us know what the heart means to you and how you follow it?
Yes, for me it's very important as well. I think it's like another brain, right? We have like the heart was even with us even before we have a brain.
Yeah.
Yes, before the brain we already had a heart. So I think it's so important to really follow what, well, yeah, your intuition, your heart, and saying like, oh yeah, like what it feels good for you, right? It's
Mm.
different for everyone. Um, to follow your passion, like to follow your dreams and all that. Yeah, that's kind of like it's like a guidance
Yeah, it's like
to,
a guide. Yeah.
yeah,
And
when
it
you keep.
sounds like you've done that a lot through your
Oh
life.
yeah, well, no, like I mean, sometimes I didn't know what
Right.
to do, or like I
Follow it.
didn't follow my heart at the times because I was doing something else, and then later on I was like, no, 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 actually, yeah, that feels better. Oh, so yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
process that we
You
always
do know
follow.
when you don't follow it. It doesn't
Yes,
feel right.
it doesn't feel right. It feels
Yeah.
like, oh no, I don't like been doing this, or like
Yeah.
I would love to be doing something else. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just to be really have that connection with your heart and really follow your intuition. I
Yeah,
think it's
because our
really,
heart is very much connected to our intuition, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about you, Sarah? What does it mean for you?
Look,
Your
I
heart.
feel like I am similar to you. I kind of have had moments in my life and through my days that I feel like I'm going the right way, and then sometimes I'm going the wrong way, and all of that. But I do try and tune into my heart daily to try and ask it questions and get some answers back to see if this is the right way. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's as you said, it is a brain, and I believe we have a brain here, and one in our gut too, and
that's well. The gut feeling is
it's all
like,
connected. The gut feeling, exactly.
yeah, it's always right, the gut feeling if you follow it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. So that's beautiful. So, Erica, where can people find you at the moment? How can they find you
So
online?
our website is educarenannies.com,
Okay.
and on Instagram as well is educarenannies. And yeah, we have the website, we have the booking form for the nannies, and well, for the parents to find a nanny that is following the right approach as well and is
Beautiful.
in alignment with their own values. And yes, just send an email for the interior design, space design.
Great, great. Yeah, I think you'll get a lot of people wanting to wanting to
Yes,
contact you.
I used to working as a teacher. I was very passionate about creating beautiful learning environments for them, for the
Yeah.
children. So yeah, I think that
Yeah.
was what it made me study interior design as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Gosh, you would have been such an asset to the teaching where you taught. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it was
yeah.
good.
Do you still teach a little bit or not?
At the moment, I'm taking a break, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm gonna start doing like parent infant classes as well for
Gorgeous.
inspiring the right approach in the
Amazing.
next year. This year went so quick. I was planning to do it at the end of the year, but it just
Yes.
went so quick that yeah, I'm gonna do it at
Okay.
the beginning of the year, February,
Beautiful.
early
And we can
February.
we'll find out through your Instagram about
Yes, through
these things.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, and the website. I'll keep you
Lovely.
updated.
Keep me updated. Awesome. Well, we'll post everything in the little show notes as well with some links to your thing,
Okay.
to your websites and everything. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming today and sharing your big heart with us, um,
Okay.
and
Thank you
all
so
about
much. I
Nine.
really enjoyed it. No,
Yeah.
I love chatting with like-minded people, and I can tell that you are also very passionate about like the
Yeah.
right approach in early childhood education and just
Yeah.
uh,
Well, yeah, and I think getting it out there just like we're doing now and letting people know what it is and who they can contact in their local areas to know more about it is amazing. So I'm really
yes,
grateful for
thank you so
you
much.
to come on today and spend your time with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate it.